as someone who's dealt with anxiety for like 13 plus years now, like almost 15 years, which is crazy. And then depression within the past 5 years, obviously they're demons. Like there is certain days where you wake up and it's so fucking hard to get out of that bed. It is so fucking hard. And then you're next to a guy like this, who I wouldn't say jump out of the bed. He wakes up and then it takes him 45 minutes to like do his little grunting mechanism and like get his body ready to like move out of bed. You're literally like Quinn the dog.
I'm so lazy.
Yeah. Wakes up very slowly, but he wakes up and he's ready and he's happy and he's excited and he doesn't deal with the mental health demons that I do. It's definitely been a bit of a learning process, I think, for both of us, to understand how these issues impact me, you, our relationship. Because like since we spend so much time together, obviously I am 50% of it. So my energy on every single day affects the whole day. And I think we've learned that he does not need to match my energy. Like I'm gonna have bad days. I'm gonna have days where just everything seems impossible. And like instead of him meeting me there and like sulking with me, he's there to like help me feel better and like, you know, I guess making me feel sure that tomorrow is gonna be better. But it's definitely been a learning process. I think you're the one that should answer that. But
that was, by the way, that was an absolutely beautiful answer. Beautiful answer. And for anybody watching that's in a relationship, a friendship, a family member who is dealing with this type of thing, that answer is so wonderful to bring positivity, you know, and as opposed to trying to, the issue is so complex that if he were to, or they were to spend their entire time trying to understand and match you and meet you and get therapeutic with you, it's an exercise.
Or like forcing, being like, why don't you go do this? Or being like, how can you feel like this? Look around you. Like, you know, do your grateful list. Like,
which was something that you have said in the past.
Yeah.
And so it's a place that I've seen you.
I mean,
not in a bad way.
I'll speak for the people who don't battle with the demons. Mental illness is not easy to understand, dude. If you don't experience it, or you're not with someone who lives that, it is a hard concept to grasp. What do you mean? Look around you. Life is easy. There's kids starving in Africa. No, it's not how it works. You're in your head, you're living your life, and if you have a chemical imbalance, it's really hard to fight. I felt that a little bit when I went through the, people laugh at me when I say this, but the weed withdrawals is like the first time I was wired wrong in my head, and everything was fine, but in my head, it was the worst time ever. And this woman, who I love, every part of, is my partner, and now my lifelong partner. And I've always kind of treated this relationship like this, but if she has that and that's a part of her, I must learn the mechanisms to help her get through whatever she is going through whenever she goes through it. And I learn more and more every single time. And I try to be there for her and have her know that, like, I'm by your side. I'm in this. I'm not judging you. I totally understand where your head is at.
Because you judge yourself so much when you're in it. You're like, why do I feel like this?
He's seen it in me 100 times. I mean, he's looked at me and said, why is this happening? Like, I don't understand. Like, you're a confident speaker. You know what you're talking about. You're sitting on this couch. You're not even talking right now. Like, why are you having an anxiety attack? Why are you having a panic attack? Why are you having shortness of breath, tightness of chest? Why is that happening right now? And I'm actually grateful that you are teaching him, because it's going to help me. It helps him understand my days and the days when I'm unable to perform and unable to do my job.
I wonder if every person's coping mechanisms are different, and I know Nina very well at this point. I will say she does a great job at working on it.
High functioning. I'm the same way. I'm gonna get through it.
She always gets through it, but I've not seen anyone's ability to find solutions like her. Like I mentioned it on the last podcast. Today, she went for a 50-minute walk and listened to Mel Robbins' podcast about anxiety. And like, she works, bro. She works, and she understands that, you know, sometimes to escape or even distract your mind for a second, it's going to take work. But for me, you know, I'm not going through it. Baby, what can I do? And if she's having a bad day, I make sure to give her that space. And, you know, let her do process whatever she needs to process, but also be there for her if she needs me, and just check on her. That's the like, you know,
Very
how are you?
important.
How do you feel?
Little
you know,
text,
I'm
little
here.
questions.
Yep.
It's just very tough. And like it's there's probably so many people now with the advent of social media and all the things that are in this environment that we live in nowadays that are going through this type of situation. But it's tough. It's happened to me in my relationships. I've had to tell girls that I'm talking to, like, yo, like, there's gonna be days where I have no explanation for you. I cannot tell you why. And by the way, it has nothing to do with you. It has not because as humans, we innately want to say, is it something that I'm doing wrong? And you try to do that, and you want to take some level of responsibility for the fact that the other person feels like that, but it's not.
Hey guys, if you like that clip, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see more zany clips, click the video right here.